Why do people enter situationships and why do they stay in them? I'm Lisa, the Love Coach. I'm the founder of LoveQuestCoaching.com. I'm a certified professional life coach who specializes in dating and relationships. And this video, we are going to dive into the reasons why people choose situationships. All right, let's get into it. Number one, fear of commitment. No duh. Right? You're going to be in a situationship. Why? Because it's getting the most for the least amount of threat, the least amount to lose. You're afraid of commitment. You're not going to go all in, right? So if you are in a situationship with someone and you're hoping that it can turn into a actual relationship, the odds are they're probably afraid of commitment. So what are you going to do about that? You stay in this relationship because of number two, low self-worth, or perhaps insecurity. You don't really have high self-esteem, so you think that settling for scraps is better than being alone. It's better than nothing. And you're not holding yourself to a high regard. You don't love yourself, quite frankly, right? Self-loving people, they know what they want out of life. They believe that they deserve what they want, and they hold out. They don't settle. They're like, you know what? It's either this or nothing. And they're plenty happy with having nothing until their person, their ideal person and the ideal relationship that they want enters their life. Third reason, avoidant attachment. I hear this all the time in my coaching. People who are anxious attached, getting with people who are avoidant. And that is a recipe for a situationship. The avoidant does not like to be close and intimate. They feel smothered. It has to do with their upbringing. It has to do with their own woundedness, their own inner child that they need to deal with. This is not for you to figure out, but if you are in a situationship with an avoidant, stop treating this person like it's a puzzle to figure out. You don't want to make people puzzles. It shouldn't be so difficult. Either you want the same things and you're on the same page or you're not. Reason number four, desire for convenience and a lack of responsibility, right? So there's this easy, I get the most for the least amount of effort. This is why I encourage people, women, since they hold all the power and they pace the relationship, not to have sex until you are committed and in love. This way you have enough time to see if you both want the same things, if you're on the same page. This way you're not entering this ambiguity. This thing is going to give you anxiety, right? When you don't know where you stand, your head starts ruminating. You start to wonder about this person, start stalking their social media. This is ridiculous. Right? And because you are with someone who has a desire for convenience, you're making it super convenient for them, right? You're available when they are available for you. Instead of saying, no, I want this type of relationship and you're giving me scraps and I am worthy of more. So it always goes back to self-worth and self-love. Self-loving people do not settle for situationships. Fifth thing is the fear of vulnerability and emotional intimacy. So people who enter situationships, they are not emotionally aware. They're not emotionally intelligent, typically, right? These are just people who are kind of tiptoeing around each other, but you don't really get to the meat, to the true intimacy of the person. It's a situationship. It's a, hey, what are you doing Friday night? You feel like watching a movie. Right? There's no real big effort there. There's no big intimacy. You're not going to have like deep conversations with this person. Oh, but Lisa, what about my guy? We had great conversations. We always have great conversations. Wonderful. But if you're not on the same page about a relationship and they just want to keep it casual and you're sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting for them to catch up to where you are, you're wasting your time. Right? This is exactly what a situationship becomes. And a situationship usually involves a situation. Perhaps he's not yet divorced. Perhaps she's not quite over her ex yet. So there's always a situation going on that's preventing you from being together. And foolishly, people believe that once that situation clears up and it's done and sorted, then we can be together. Doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. Number 6, the avoidance of conflict or difficult conversations. You do not like to assert. You do not stick up for yourself. You do not sit the person down and express what your intentions are from the beginning. Why are you dating? You're dating for what end? What's the end point? Do you want a committed companionship where you live, he lives where he lives, and you see each other when you see each other, and you're only seeing each other, and you're only sleeping with each other? It's like a boyfriend-girlfriend thing without any talk of future. That's an option, right? You got to get clear on the kind of relationship that you want. Or do you want to be married? Right? I don't know. You're watching this video, right? I don't know how old you are, what your circumstances, what you desire. If you desire marriage, you shouldn't be involving yourself in a situationship. You should express it very clearly and plainly as soon as possible. I'm dating to attract my husband. That's what I said to my husband on our first date. I said, I am dating to attract my husband. I want a God-centered marriage with friendship and balance and harmony and joy and fun, right? And he was on board for that. And he never thought that he would marry again till he met me, until I said this was my intention. Meaning, if you want to be with me, this is the page to get on. And if you can't get on that page, time to change the book, right? So you have to be able to communicate exactly what you want. And one of the things that I teach my clients is communication for relationships. A lot of people stumble, they get nervous, they don't want to have the hard conversations. So I help them get the right words, know exactly how to say it so that it's collaborative. It's not attacking. It's about, what do you think of this? Here's where I'm at. Are you on the same page? Because it's important that you know that. Which leads into number 7. Previous trauma and emotional baggage. If you have not handled your shit, you are going to bring it into the following relationship. And you are just bouncing along into a situationship because it's something to occupy your time. You're not looking at the real thing that needs to be healed in order for you to really have a serious relationship. So I encourage you to get your free love life assessment over at lovequestcoaching.com if you know for sure that you have emotional baggage from a past relationship or perhaps some past woundedness. Maybe when you were a child, you still have some inner child stuff to work out. I handle all of that with my people and we make it fun, right? This inner work does not have to be, fetal position crying in a corner. It can be fun. It's very, self-loving and it's very self-compassionate, right? There's a lot of compassion for yourself when you do this type of inner work. Number 8th reason why people find themselves in situationships, it's cognitive dissonance. So cognitive dissonance is basically when there's a conflict between what you believe and how you're behaving. So the belief and the behavior are not aligned. There's a conflict between them. So a person might say they want a committed relationship, but then their actions, like staying in a situationship, is polar opposite, right? So this is a cognitive dissonance. And there are reasons, right? It's leading you to justify the situationship. Oh, you make excuses. Oh, but we have such a good time together. Oh, it's so hard to find somebody that you click with. Wonderful. But if you both are not on the same page for where it is going, that's how the situationship begins. Number 9, emotional ambivalence. The reason is this. Some people want to be close and independent at the same time. So they want intimacy. They want to be like kicking it with somebody, but they fear losing their autonomy. They fear that they're going to be engulfed, smothered, that their life is going to change, that they don't have the ability to do both. to be interdependent, to be able to be in a relationship, but then also maintain the relationship that they have with themselves. So a lot of times people who are not confident that they could not become codependent, they'll put up this barrier and they'll say, I'll just be in something, but not fully. It's very frustrating. Number 10, short-term satisfaction over long-term stability, right? Short-term satisfaction. People that don't want to really water the garden, they just kind of want AstroTurf, right? They don't want to tend to anything, right? It's just hit it. I have somebody, I call them up, we order food, I get my sex and I'm out, right? You're better than that. This is for the ladies. I'll say this straight up. High quality men, they are looking for women who understand how powerful they are. A lot of women will say things like, well, the guy shouldn't start to go for sex then. If he doesn't want a woman that's going to have sex with him, then he shouldn't initiate sex. Okay, no. A man is going to initiate sex, period. The only reason why he won't initiate sex is because you are secure in yourself and your boundaries. It's how you carry yourself, right? So if you end up in a situationship because you go on a date and you're making out with the guy in the Uber, hot and heavy or whatever, what do you think is going to happen? You think he's going to say, oh, no, let's wait. No, he's going to say, okay, you're that kind of girl. Cool, let's have fun. And he's going to put you in that category of situationship. And then you're going to think it could turn into a relationship. And because the dissonance in that, you're going to end up wondering, why is this guy not taking me seriously? Because you didn't take yourself seriously. Your behavior is what shows him how you carry yourself. And the difference between a wife material woman and some fun girl that he could just call whenever he's lonely or bored or wants some. See, that's what the situationship becomes, right? Then the final one, there's 11 of these, social and cultural influences. You are hanging out with a bunch of idiots who are telling you to not get serious with anyone. So your own little group of peanut gallery, right? They're in your ear saying, oh, it's better just to not get close. Don't let these people in your life so deeply. You'll only get disappointed. All this negativity. You're sitting around, you're having brunch, and you're talking all this crap. Do you think that being in that energy is going to help you to attract an amazing, high quality person? If you're constantly talking about how awful the situationship is instead of leaving it. So what you're choosing to put your energy and attention on expands. So if you are in a situationship complaining about the situationship, that situationship will just stick and stay and you'll be stuck. But if you make the decision and say, I don't do situationships. I'm at a stage and a phase in my life right now where I want a long-term committed relationship that will result in marriage. I want to have children. Whatever your thing is, right? If you do not want a situationship, you need to be intentional about your dating and you need to communicate what your intentions are for yourself. Here's where I'm at in my life. This is what I'm looking for. This is why I'm dating. Be able to answer that. Be able to fill in that blank. Take some time. Get a notebook. Rewind this video, right? This is why I'm dating. What is your purpose for dating? Get very clear on that. And the other part of that is the confidence that it takes, right? High quality men, they want to know that the woman that they are going to choose as their wife has that kind of confidence. That's what's going to set you apart. A lot of women make the mistake because these women don't love themselves yet and they have low self-esteem and low self-worth. They make the mistake of saying, oh, if I don't have sex with him, some other girl will. Good. Bye. Bye. But you're not able to do that. You're hanging on. That is an indicator that you have a wound, a deep wound, probably from childhood, that you need to work on and heal and resolve with love and compassion and curiosity and giving yourself all the things that you needed as a kid but never got. So this is the work that I do with my clients, and it's fast, impactful, effective, efficient. And there's no reason why you can't go from watching this video, nodding your head like, holy shit, that's totally me, into a session with me, one-on-one, where we can dig in and get to the root of what is holding you back, what is making you stay in this relationship, this situationship. Is it hope? You're hanging out for hope? What is it? What is the reason? Only you know, right? Only you deep down know you better than I. But there is a valid good reason for why you are settling for a situationship, right? And those reasons, when you discover what they are and you handle them, right? You get the tools. So let's say it is one of these things where you have a real big fear of commitment, right? Deep down, you're afraid that they're going to break up with you or somebody cheated on you and you never fully recovered that. You never fully integrated that betrayal. You never really got into the solid grounding of yourself that says, listen, people can come, people can go, they will screw you over. It really doesn't matter as long as you have yourself. You know that you're going to be okay because you have yourself, right? So your worthiness, your validation isn't connected and tethered to somebody else. That's codependency. And codependent people definitely settle for situationships. They latch on to people and they just get scraps. So if this sounded like anything like you at all, let's connect. You can start off by getting that free love life assessment. The link is in the description. It's lovequestcoaching.com. And it is not an AI automated thing. It's an actual form you fill out. I read it, and then I respond to you via email with a detailed report. And this thing is, everything, because you can take it, you can go to a therapist with it, you can proceed with coaching with me. You have something tangible that you can go step by step and really handle whatever is at the root of what is tripping you up when it comes to love and relationships. So I'm Lisa, the Love Coach. I hope this served you well. Feel free to hit the subscription button and the bell notification so when this party starts, you can get invited. All right, talk soon. Bye.